everybody, Jan of Jan Hicks Creates here, coming back at you. I think I'm at Flosstube 103. Does that sound right to you? I don't know. Time is passing, days pass, weeks passed, everything kind of stays the same. But I think this is 103. This is going to be a fairly quick one because that monogamania, I am going to be so happy when I can get to the point. I have like all these starts in my head that I'm planning for June. Not a whole lot, but I am so ready. But I am happy with the progress, so I will show you that. Boo Boo Arm is still Boo Boo Arm. It's kind of a bunch of different colors at this point. It was odd because when it first happened, there didn't appear to be any bruising. It probably took 5 days before the bruising started to appear, and then it was like the kind of yellowish that of old bruises. So I don't understand the physiology of that, but it's better than it was. I can't bear any weight on it yet. I can't really pick up anything heavy. I can't like twist it or, you know, I have to pretty much keep it in a neutral position like that, but that's fine because I can hold my fabric with that hand. That works, right? So yeah, the kitty, haven't heard from her in a few days now. Either she got her needs taken care of. Somebody said it sounded like it was a kitty in heat. We did see her once or twice. She was under one of the cars in the carport across the driveway out there. So that's what made her so loud. Her yowls were echoing, you know, from the carport and off all the buildings. The whole neighborhood knew she was here. She was just definitely under a year. I think somebody said, as far as the heat things, I think it was her first heat. Little yellow or little orange tabby, really a sweet looking little kitty, but a stray definitely. So yeah, either she had her needs taken care of, someone adopted her, or let's hope she just wandered off to greener pastures. So yeah, that's about all the excitement. We did go up to Kiana Point on the North Shore on Friday, early, before, you know, too many people got out. So that is the video that you saw at the beginning. The waves there, the mama and baby Hawaiian monk seal were on the beach, and you know, there are an endangered species here. They don't have many pups. According to reports, there are a mama and baby, I think somewhere else here on Oahu. I'm not sure. But anyways, anytime they see a monk seal on the beach, let alone a mama and her baby, they kind of seal it off and put signs up, and there's always rangers or some volunteers posted around. Not only for you to, you know, not only to keep people away, but also, you know, if you have questions, you can ask them. So anyways, that was the videos at the beginning. So I hope you enjoyed those. Other than that, yeah, a quiet Memorial Day here, which is okay with us. I am getting antsy, I won't deny it. Yeah, it's starting to wear, but we are still doing good, in a good mood, and taking it one day at a time. You know, what else can you do? Let's see, stitching and haul. You know what I do? When I'm feeling down, I shop. And I know I'm not the only one, from what I hear of different stores saying that they're being kept very busy with online orders. So that is good. All right, so monogamania. Grace Quaker Sampler from Sampler Cove. I am closing in on a finish. I do not know whether it will actually happen. What, I have like 6 days left before the end of the month. 26th, you know, for today's stitching, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So 6 days. All right, so when you saw this last, I don't think I had this one. I think what's new from last week is all of this in here, including the crown. And then these motifs here, which I really, really love, especially how these two came out with the play. I think my three favorite colors to use together are this darker gray, the red, and the very pale white gray. I just think that's a stunning combination in those two blocks. And then of course that bird, I made a dark bird. I won't say he's a black bird, he's a dark gray bird. And then I worked on the S down there, the V, the U, the J. Let me tell you, I can only do a couple of those. Oh, you know, this is 40 count linen, XJuDesign's Ash Rose. And I will say her Ash Rose, her current Ash Rose, I don't think is as pink as this one. I think it leans more towards the ash than the rose. So just be aware of that if you go. I see her post it periodically in her store. But just be aware that, you know, yours isn't going to necessarily look the same as mine if you order it. But anyways, over 1 on 40 count. I can only do like a couple of these letters before my eye and my brain, my eyes and my brain kind of give out on me. So I have a lot. I basically have, let me look and see. I have all of the lower over ones done. So I have everything down here done. And I have the J done. So I still have, you can see quite a bit of the over ones scattered in here to get done. Tonight I'll be working on this motif. I'm sure I'll get that done tonight and hopefully start this. But I also hope to get maybe 3 of the over ones done tonight. I have one page like that all the motifs are done. I think this page in here, but I just have to finish the over ones. So I'd like to get those done and say, you know, I have another page done. I'm not really counting pages anyway, so I'm not sure why I said that, but anyway, for the motifs, I basically just have this upper corner to do. I can probably get them done in the next week. This one will take a couple days. This one will probably take a day and a half. You know, once I get the flow of the pattern for each motif down, I don't have to look at the chart too much, so they do go a little quicker. But you know, there is a lot of stitching in each of these. But anyways, I think there's a chance I'll get all the motifs done. I do not know if I will get all of the over one stitching done, but it's coming. I will be close. And so whatever I don't have done, I definitely will be continuing. And I have to figure out what I want to put in the middle there. You know, I started this with Lynette Peters, Tamara Bowen, oh shoot, Nana's Needles. I haven't seen her around in a while. She's up in Connecticut. Brain is gone. I think there was one other person that started this with us. Tamara, I think, well, maybe Nana's Needles finished it too. I know Tamara finished hers. And our idea was to put all of our initials in the center motif. So I may still do that. We had a group, we had a private group on Instagram going, so I can look back there and see, to refresh my poor little memory. I'm sorry. So anyway, whatever I don't get done, I will be continuing on into June, maybe just an hour a day in order to get this done. So it will be done soon. even if it doesn't make it for Monogamania. I am kind of disappointed that I didn't make it to Pretty Little India. So that will probably come out and play as well in June, as well as getting back to Time for Seasons, as well as my new starts. Patchwork has been calling my name as well. And then there's the Fat Quarter Shop things. So this is the Feels Like Home Sow. Yes, I do have an index card taped over here because I have started the next part and you are not allowed to see it. So release number 4 was this fence. As you can see, it is Tabby is the color. It's Classic Colorworks Tabby, and it is a pale gray, and so it does not show up as well on the white. And I did think about changing it. I did try outlining it in one of the darker grays, and I didn't like that look. I liked the idea of a white picket fence, and that's why I didn't want to change it to one of the different colors. I can see it a little bit better depending on the lighting, the time of day, whatever. I just decided to go with it and not worry about it a whole lot. So yeah, it is a little bit pale. This last part, release 5, is so pretty. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. But anyways, overall, I am thrilled with this. Once I get this framed, I will be doing it in a white frame like my other pieces that are similar to that are quilty pieces. Quilter's Cottage, and then the star quilt piece that I changed all the colors on. That's an old piece from '87 that I had done. Not that I did it in '87, I just did it last year or the year before. I'm rambling. So anyways, it will get a white frame, framed like those ones and hung with those ones. And someday in our new home in San Antonio, you will see that hanging. I have a whole idea for a backdrop for wherever we end up in a room in San Antonio. Antique doors with shelves attached to them with displays and color and pretty. I have ideas. I'm ready to implement them. All right, so that was the stitching. I did stitch on a design I'm working on at the next one in the floral medley. I continued that. I am not ready to show you that yet. My idea for that is painting with thread. The colors kind of blending and melding and being all pretty like. I'm not sure I'm there. I showed it to the gals in my stitching group here, and they said, I see a face, and that's the problem with the flower. I see a face too. So I've tried several different things while I was designing it to get rid of that face, and I just haven't succeeded. Oh, something else just came to my mind that I could do. Anyways, that's some more stitching I've been doing. I'm not ready to show you that yet. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the stitching. Then we have the haul and we have the plans. So, like I said, when I get kind of down, I make purchases, and I did show you the seafoam fabric. Anita's little stitches, I'm sorry. Anita's little stitches. Annie's little stitches? I don't know. When I got the needles, the bulk needles. So I had also decided to get other fabric, and this is from Kitten Stitcher, and this order came in. So, all the pretty colors of fabric. I need more fabric like I need a hole in the head. I have stacks of fabric. I love it. I have stacks of charts too. I didn't want to buy more charts, so I bought fabric. So, I showed you this week. This is the seafoam. From Kitten Stitcher, I got, this is My Little Dove, 36 count. This is XJuDesign. A really pretty, not a real light gray. There's quite a bit of blue in it. Kind of a medium soft gray with, of course, gorgeous modeling. And then the other one is a color and cotton called Sea Salt Salt Rock, also 36 count. Again, also, so this is a very pale gray, bluish, gorgeous modeling in this as well. I already have plans for my little dove, which I will show you in a second. And then a wonderful freebie. I'm going to hold this back. Believe. Heart's Ease Exemplar Works. So this was the free gift that came in the order. I may start that. I may not. I don't know. I think that's gorgeous. I love that basket. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so other haul. Donna Bayless from By the Bay Needle Arts had a special, I guess, from May 15th to May 22nd. If you ordered something from her Etsy shop, she sent you a free chart. The free chart, this is hard to do with my hand, so bear with me, is called Blossom Hill Sampler. And I tell you what, as soon as I saw that, I had to get it. Look how pretty. Yes, Sasha, I think it's pretty too. Just gorgeous. This is charted in DMC, and I may just keep it the way it is, because I think this is just stunning the way it is. I know, gasp. Keep it the way it is, Jan? All right, I may not. So what did I get? As I started wandering through Donna's Etsy store, I think I had 8 things in my cart. You know, I love her style. I've got to get back to Time for Seasons. Oh, it's so pretty. I narrowed it down to just a couple. All right, 3, more than a couple. So this is her, what is it called? By the Bay Quaker Sampler. Because a combination of Donna's style and Quaker's, I mean, how could I not? Now, I will be changing some colors in this. The brown gold grass has to go. I have to change that to greens. And I may brighten up and saturate, or I might actually make the surrounding Quakers more beachy. So keep the gold and the green and change out the pinks to the blues. Oh, and that's the other thing. The sky, yeah, we're gonna have to change the sky. Maybe I'll change that to a pink, like a pink sunrise or sunset type of look. Does that sound like a good idea? And actually, if I changed all those colors, that would look really good on this Salt Rock. What else did I get? She has a series of these ones that she's calling the different seasons with the word hill. So summer hill, spring hill, winter hill, autumn hill. I started with summer hill because sheep, and because once again this reminds me totally of Stonington, Connecticut, one of my favorite New England towns, for a variety of reasons. Really, I forgot to put airplane mode on, I'm sorry. I don't know whether that notification appears in the video or not. I will edit this out if it does. But anyway, so Summer Hill, Spring Hill will probably be my next of these. All of these will be done over one. I know, surprise. Except this one. This one will be kept on the size that it's charted for, 28 count antique white linen. Ah, Donna, 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 you're killing me. So this is cross stitch and wool applique combined. I've never done wool applique. There's a first time for everything. This calls for Weeks Dye Works wool, so I still need to get that. If any of you know of a good source, you know, one of the local stores for getting Weeks Dye Works wool, let me know. I haven't even done any searching on it yet, but isn't that gorgeous? Just stunning. So elegant. So this isn't necessarily going to be a start in June, but soon. Soon, soon, soon. Okay. So that's all my purchases. Maybe. Hold on. Let me check Dropbox, because you never know. Oh, I was going to tell you, oh no, I'm telling you that now. Hold on. I'm hitting things over here on Dropbox that I shouldn't be. Okay. So, yeah, that's all my purchases, digital or otherwise. Plans. So I mentioned last week the Fragments in Time series for 2020, and how, although I love the design, I love all of the Fragments designs. Every single year I say I'm going to do them, and I just haven't ever. So I decided to start buying them this year. But I hate the colors. And I have to say, I went to, this is by Summer House Stitchworks. I went to her website yesterday, Beth Seal, and started looking through her designs. She has a very specific color palette that she uses on most of her designs. And they all seem to include this kind of gold color, which of course to me is just anathema. I'm sorry, Beth. I'm sure you don't watch my videos, but I love her designs. I love her aesthetic. But I have to change some of the colors. So, after saying about, you know, not liking the color palette in these, several of you commented that that's why you haven't gotten these, because the color palette did nothing for you. Well, I'm hoping to help you with that. I couldn't get it out of my brain. I had to do something about it. I'm going to start with XJuDesign's My Little Dove fabric, 36 count. And my color palette, I tried to keep it similar colors, but more, I guess more jewel tone, just not as warm. I am adding to the colors to give me more variation. So, brown for the branches. And I hope, I'm probably going to end up with floss falling out of these things. So forgive me if I do. Now there is, let me get the house one. There is just one green, you know, for those trees on either side. Like I said with the By the Bay Needle Art one, I cannot hang with gold grass. I just can't. It says to me zoysia grass, which says to me winter in the Northeast. The green grass, the zoysia grass, turns this goldish, brownish, icky, just loses all of its color in the winter, and I just can't. So that grass has to be a different color, but I didn't want it to have the same color as the trees. So I have an evergreen here, which will be for the trees, and then I have a brighter green to use at my discretion for anything else. All right, so that's where we are so far. Now these are, for the most part, Mrs. Sedas' silks. My hand's starting to protest already. Except one. Rouge for any place where there's the kind of orangey red. So the house is going to be the darker red. And the parrot, the birds, whatever they are. So there's that. Two blues here. She has kind of just a light blue The windows and the door are actually gunmetal. That is Weeks Dye Works gunmetal. It has that kind of bluish tint. And then she has a gray, it's called Flatfish, for the roof and the step here. I'm actually using two blues. The parrots have this brighter blue on them as well. That is Blue Jeans. It's the same blue on both. So I'm using this. But this on the side of the house looks like a lighter blue. So I've also pulled this blue. But I've also pulled this kind of dark blue gray for like the windows and any place where she has a dark with a dark gray. And then last but not least, the gold. So Mrs. Sedas does not have a gold that I feel was rich enough for the palette that I've chosen. Her golds are a lot brighter. There is one that kind of was heading there, but not rich enough. So I looked through my cottons and I've pulled out, this is Tiger Eye by Weeks Dye Works. Now what I actually did for this palette, to come up with this palette, is I searched on sophisticated color palette in Pinterest and just started saving off the ones that I thought, well, number one, that had enough colors, so starting with 6 colors, and then ones that I thought were along the lines of what would work for this pattern. And that's what I've come up with. I can't wait to start it and see how it works together. I think it's going to be gorgeous. I also downloaded, she has on her website, again, Summer House Stitchworks, she has the borders for all of the different fragments in time. They are free. I'll link that below. So I downloaded that. This is a fat quarter piece of fabric. It's plenty big enough. All I need the length as it is, and I need 10 inches down. So I'll be cutting this in half for this piece. So be looking for that. I will be putting this color conversion on my color conversion page on my website, but not until I have some of it stitched, so I can basically have some pictures to show, and also make sure that the colors do all work together. So stay tuned for that. Speaking of my color conversion page, several of you asked about my color conversion for, what did I talk about last week? I showed you. You know, if I only had a brain, I am going to look and see. Oh, somebody asked about hoity-toity. That's what I was talking about. That's right. If I would do the DMC conversion for hoity-toity. And then several of you asked if I had put it on my color conversion page on my website. I have done that now. So if you scroll down to where hoity-toity is, you will see the called for, let me scroll down and see, because I don't remember what order I did it in. All right, so you will see the called for Gentle Arts that she has in the pattern. You will see if I have substituted a Victorian motto for the Gentle Arts, that will be listed next. And then after that is the DMC that I think matches not only what I substituted, the Victorian motto, but also most closely matches the called for Gentle Arts. If it only has the Gentle Arts and the DMC, that's because I used the Gentle Arts, so I'm giving you what I believe is the DMC equivalent. And I'm saying it's what I believe is the DMC equivalent because the called for DMC, because it's charted in both Gentle Arts and DMC, the called for DMC is not the same, in my opinion, as what she offers for the general arts. I also pinked mine up some, so that's also something that there's a difference in the called for and what I used. So anyways, all that information is on my color conversion page on my website. I'll link that down below as well. I have a whole bunch of different things there. I will probably, I don't think I have Grace on here. No, I don't. I'll go ahead and put my colors that I used for Grace on here. I think I haven't before because it is pretty much all Victorian motto. And as I've said before, it's not like you can get her older colors. She doesn't repeat colors. But I can definitely give you some guidance on, I mean, basically it's very simple. It's a light, medium, and dark gray and a red, and then a very dark gray for the over one. It's not like it's complicated, but I'll put it on there. I can do a DMC equivalent for that. You know, it's so hard to do DMC equivalents for these variegated flosses that have a couple different colors, but I'll work up something and put it on there. All right, I think that is it. Any questions? You know where to find me. You know what time it is. It's angel card time. She says peace down here. Can you see that? Peace. Lord knows I'm having a hard time finding it this week. There's our little dove of peace. So she says, you may get knocked down in life. Getting up is a choice. Always get up. Hard to do some days, isn't it? Some days it's okay to stay down, I think. Nurture yourself. Take care of yourself. Don't stay down too long, though. Tomorrow, get up. I think if you stay down too long, it gets harder and harder to get up. Just like with anything, it gets harder and harder to take that step if you stay down too long. If you stay in the rut too long. Why is it that it's easier to break good habits than it is bad habits? That's not fair. Mike has a whole list of design flaws that like human 2.0 needs to improve on. Anyways, guys, be well. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Know that I love you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. I remembered something I wanted to tell you. I've mentioned before that Carolyn Zook and I, C Zook Stitch here on YouTube, are starting Balmy Spring Day on June 1st. We are going to be doing a Zoom recorded chat together with our start. It will be uploaded on Carolyn's channel. So that is going to be, I don't even know what day June 1st is. Of course, I don't know what today is, so, you know, that's not a surprise. A week from yesterday, so Monday, June 1st. So look for that on Carolyn's channel. We're gonna have a good time chatting and starting Balmy Spring Day together. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye.